People remember the sword, the fire, the serpent, the boy who stood when darkness expected him to kneel. Funny, because bravery didn't begin there. It began years earlier in classrooms and hospital corridors. In every moment, I wanted to disappear and stayed anyway. I was the boy who dropped things, forgot things, spoke too quietly. The boy teachers worried about, the boy students overlooked, the boy everyone encouraged with voices that sounded a little too much like sympathy. And sympathy can become another kind of cage. You called me clumsy, I was afraid. You called me hopeless, I was learning. You called me almost brave, almost talented, almost enough. But roots spend years being called invisible before anyone notices what they're holding up. My parents were heroes, that is what people said. Frank Longbottom, Alice Longbottom, names carved into history, names spoken with pride, names attached to stories I was expected to inherit. But I knew them differently, through photographs, through visits, through wrappers pressed into my hand by a mother who could no longer remember who I was. People called it sacrifice,
I called it absence.
people call them heroes,
I called them mom and dad.
you called their suffering noble,
I called it greed.
you called me lucky to have their legacy. But legacy does not hug you, legacy does not answer questions, legacy does not tell a frightened child that he is enough. Then there was grand, strong, proud, determined. She loved me fiercely, so fiercely that sometimes it felt like disappointment. Every trembling spell, every mistake, every comparison, every reminder of who I was supposed to become. And I kept wondering if courage was something inherited, because if it was, why couldn't I find mine? Then I found the greenhouses, plants never laughed, never compared, never expected me to be someone else. Plants understood what people forgot. Growth is not dramatic, it is quiet, messy, hidden, underground. Roots breaking stone where nobody is looking. And for the first time I realized careful was not cowardly, patient was not weak, slow was not failure. Then the carols came, fear became curriculum, cruelty became policy, and something inside me finally stopped bending. Not loudly, not suddenly, like roots finding bedrock, like a seed deciding winter has lasted long enough. Students disappeared, friends bled, children learned to whisper. And for the first time in my life, I stopped asking whether I was brave enough, because bravery was no longer the question. Doing nothing was impossible.
I was afraid, let history remember that.
Afraid when they laughed,
Afraid when they punished us.
afraid fearlessness, just refusing to surrender the wheel.
You called me clumsy,
I kept growing,
you called me hopeless,
I kept learning,
you called me almost,
but almost became enough.
almost became ready.
Almost became the boy who stood before darkness and would not move. I was Neville Longbottom, son of Alice, son of Frank, student of fear, keeper of roots, breaker of stone. And when the sword appeared, it wasn't destiny, it wasn't prophecy, it wasn't luck, it was every year. Nobody noticed every wound, every failure, every quiet choice, finally standing together.
Remember the sword,
Remember the serpent,
remember the victory.
but remember this too. Before I defeated monsters, I survived doubt. Before I carried a blade, I carried grief. Before I stood against Voldemort, I stood against every voice that told me a little too much, like sympathy. And sympathy can become another kind of cage.
You called me clumsy,
I was the boy who dropped things, forgot things, spoke too quietly. The boy teachers worried about, the boy students overlooked, the boy everyone encouraged with voices that sounded a little too much like sympathy. And sympathy can become another kind of cage.
you called me clumsy,
I was afraid, you called me hopeless, I was learning. You called me almost brave, almost talented, almost enough. But roots spend years being